Oh shoot, what's up, YouTube? Soul Tribe, the ether and the cosmos, and no, they are not the same. This is your girl Mighty Mocha, tuning in for Wishful Wednesday. Um, it's kind of quiet today, thank God, but kind of rowdy. I'm here for it all. Just glad to be in the land of the living. I can take whatever else comes with it. So, yeah, Wishful Wednesday. Oh, before I get started, because I just sometimes show up and just like to jump right out the gate. But of course, I want to give thanks and special appreciation to all those who show up, who tune in, who stick around, who like, share my content, who subscribe. I appreciate you. And for those who don't show up, I appreciate you just the same. Um, so I'm coming to you live tonight just to, Wishful Wednesday for me is just all about hope, trying to spread some hope and some clarity for folks so that they can get past hump day, move through the rest of their week feeling groovy, right? That's how I like it. So um, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I first heard what it is, yo. What's up? Can a player just keep in touch? I ain't gonna say the N word, but y'all know how I do it. Y'all, those who know me, you know how I am. I'm a little corny, but try to be appropriate. So I did. I heard that. I think it's by, is it Trill? I'm gonna look it up. What it is, yo. What's up? Can I just keep in touch? That's what I heard. Um, and I'm gonna press on with that. And I also heard, oh man, I know I'm not gonna forget, and it's so corny. I heard this Christmas. Like I don't know why these corny songs are popping up in my head. And some a little thuggish, but some like real family oriented, real special occasion type songs. And at first, I thought it was my grand queens and kind of keeping my energy in a Christmas holiday. But then I realized, they ain't singing these songs. I'm singing these songs. So I wanted to come for Wishful Wednesday tonight. I'm not going to stay long, but I just wanted to send some, like I said, throw some hope in the air and throw some wishes in the air about. This is crazy because this is another one of these nights where the cards are calling me. The cards are calling me. I'm going to go back to turning them around so that they aren't distracting me. But I'm feeling good about it because I think everything happens for a reason. But I was on a call earlier today for work, and we were talking about crisis response procedures and implementation for schools. And some of the things that came up about how we either polarize situations or normalize situations just kind of resonated with me and stuck with me throughout the rest of the day. And it made me think about how we can either do things to prevent situations or we can do things to react or respond to situations. Excuse me. And I'm always saying responding to a situation is totally different than reacting to a situation. Totally different. And some people may not see it as different, but I think it's very different. I think that when you are preventative, you understand what situations, circumstances have the ability to play out, and you put things in place and you do things to create barriers so that as much as possible you can reduce the harm, right? When you respond to a situation, you have taken the time, the opportunity, used the resources, did the necessary work in order to communicate about a situation, a set of circumstances, or what have you, with some intel, with some facts, some information, some knowledge, whether it comes from the Most High, whether it comes from the news, like, doesn't matter, just giving you kind of like the premise behind what I'm saying. But when you react to a situation, you have no precursor, you have no information, you have done no preventative work, you have not put in any ounce or inkling of research. You are just knee jerking and shooting from the hip. So those are the three different things that I think are important for all of us right now. To be preventative, and to learn the difference and work from a place where you are responding versus reacting to people, places, situations, and circumstances. And I think that's important because I think a lot of decisions are made on a fly in terms of how we move through our lives. But when you 555 change, but when you what am I saying? But when you have knowledge and can go off of knowledge, whether it's your internal instincts or whether it's something concrete, you make healthier, better choice decisions, right? And some people don't believe in like gut intuition and your body being able to talk to you and give you messages, or you being able to receive messages from spirit. But I do. I can't speak for anybody else. I do. I don't sit on the fence about that. I don't have to think twice about that. It's been demonstrated to me time and time again. So I have no other alternative other than to believe the truth of what it is that I'm seeing, what it is that I experience. I can't speak for anyone else. Now, do we always listen to those signs and synchronicities? Like, I text myself the synchronicities that I have, and I like all day long, that's what happens to me. I see signs and synchronicities that either confirm that I'm doing the right thing or let me know that I need to head in a different path and choose a different path, right? And so I take it very seriously. I take it literally. And I know that it has been positively effective for me because when I act on it, when I respond to those synchronicities, the outcomes are pure and more positive than when I choose to ignore them. When I choose not to see the obvious, when I choose to ignore my gut feelings, when I choose to let to betray my own instincts. And I've talked about this often about how as a child that is learned behavior. We are taught at very young ages to ignore our gut, ignore our instincts, and to not see light when it is shining and glaring right before us. So I'm wishful this Wednesday that more of us will start to heed and pay attention and investigate the signs and the synchronicities, that more of us will choose to follow our gut instincts, that more of us will choose to see the light when it is glaring right in front of us, that more of us, and I don't want to call them red flags because everything is not negative. Like, some things are very positive and come from a very beautiful place. But if you have been taught to ignore your intuition, ignore your instincts, ignore your gut, you don't even have the benefit and the beauty and the joy of taking advantage of those things. So that's my wish. My wish is that we will keep hope alive by ignoring that learned behavior that says, don't listen to your instincts, don't listen to that first voice, don't like stuff it down, go against it. And what we'll find is, I did Timely Tuesday last night, but what you'll find is you save yourself so much time, so much wasted energy when you see it for what it is the first time. Like Maya Angelou said, when somebody show you who they are the first time, Believe them. When a situation is exposed to you, like, get it for what it is. You don't have to keep going back for more. You don't have to. And I think a lot of what drives us to do that also is based and rooted sometimes in ego. Like the ego says, oh, I can have that. I can do that. That is for me. But all of the signs and synchronicities might say to you, 10, 10, go somewhere, leave that alone, step off. That's not for you. But we just don't listen. The ego wants what the ego wants and is willing to fulfill itself in whatever way it sees fit to fill its cup, right? So I'm gonna get off of that. That's my wish. My wish is that we return to a state of, oh man, it's like I see it, but I'm just trying to fathom the words. Like we return to a state of purity, purity, where ego and pride, what did I just say? Pride, obligation, and ego is not the driving force behind the decisions that we make, but we are more in tune and aligned with ourselves and can utilize our instincts, our gut, like like be led by a spirit to move in the right ways, right? So, okay, I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go. I think I've said enough about that, but that's my wish, and I'm sticking to it. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, like most times, right? Unless I don't. It's like, no. Okay. So y'all know how I do it. Some of y'all do. If you don't, I give my dialogue, and then I let these beautiful tarot cards drive home my message. So I shuffled late last night. I normally do it before the read, but I shuffled late last night and just set up everything. Um, because Wednesdays are generally really busy for me, right? Not for my grand queens, but for me. But I'm glad that I did. But even in looking at the cards, just based upon the message, that's why I said I was trying not to look, but it was already in my mind and in my head and in my heart anyway. I shuffled the Two of Swords. I shuffled the King of Swords. I shuffled the Ace of Cups. And then I have three clarifiers that also popped out that I asked Spirit to give me just for clarity on these cards. So the Two of Swords, what did I just say? So look at her. She got that blindfold on, little red head. Once again, the red, the pinkish shoes. I don't just think it's the color of the deck and what they chose to do. Like I think everything is relevant and has meaning and purpose. But the red head got the eye mask on, the blindfold on. But double message, she also has that crescent moon above her. And she also has that water behind her. So it's just speaking to me saying things have been illuminated. Like you do know some things. You do. I'm gonna pull it closer. Like you know some things. You are privy to some information. You have some knowledge, and you see she's crossed her swords because she has decisions to make. She's going to have to make a decision between two things, two situations, two circumstances. Like I think about this sometimes, like even in my profession, and I'm like, girl, you can't be everything to everybody and do everything. You're going to have to make a choice. But spirit keeps saying go ahead, so I'm listening to my gut and being very careful about the paths that I choose and the reasons that I'm choosing them. But you see, her hands ain't bound. She holding those swords across her chest like something is holding her down, and oh my gosh, which way will I go? But her hands aren't bound. There's nothing binding her to one sword or the other. It is by choice and by design that she is feeling like she does not have the information. The water, like, is indicative of this fluid energy. So it's a very fluid energy around her. The sky is clear. And like I said, that crescent moon is there saying that there is some illumination of some things that she has information to that spirit and the universe has given her a glimpse of. But just like she chose to bind herself with these swords, she chose to bind herself with that blindfold. And when I say she, I'm not talking he or she, I'm just talking about energy, right? This she is just the person on the card, but I'm just speaking about energy in general. But they're making a choice to not see um what it is that is there, what's being illuminated for them. That's their decision. They're making a choice to stay stuck, perched on this crate or box or stump or whatever it is, and to not move, to not um move. Like the water is behind them because they have the ability to be fluid. They have the ability to move if they so choose. They're choosing not to. Wonder why. That's interesting. Wonder why. Everything is for a reason. And then I pulled the King of Swords. Very interesting. Okay. All right. The King of Swords. Okay. So maybe this is somebody's past energy. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is a collective type thing. Maybe this is a current energy for some. Maybe some people are still in this energy, stagnant, stuck, see what they unwilling to see what is there, unwilling to know what is being presented to them, and unwilling to move in this energy. But then I shuffled the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, you see these two birds, they're messengers. And the butterfly denotes transformation. And the sword, third sword, um, so maybe it's three energies that, okay, I'm not gonna go down that road. Um, yeah, okay. But once again, the sky is clear. Third sword, because this King of Sword is very focused, very determined. They know what they want. And unlike the knights, like they're not gonna move quickly. Like some of the knights are fast moving in and out energy. Some of them, not all. But this King of Swords is like is something very spiritual about this. Um, very grounding. And there is a slight hint of energy here, movement, right? So yeah. But they're confident that they do know the right decision. So yeah, maybe this is past energy. So they're confident that they do know the right decision. And this is more to me spiritual because it's almost like with the butterflies over their heads and the birds, it's more like somebody is transforming. I don't want to I just keep hearing awakening, awakening. And there's not a butterfly, there's three. And then the butterflies and the birds together is a five, which is a card of change. So somebody somewhere is awakening. Like they're coming to understand their power, their gifts, their energies. And it was cloudy, but it's almost like the clouds are clearing, right? And like I said, there is some indication of movement, some indication that they wanna move, they want to move, but I think that just like last night, it's about timeliness. But they're certain. Okay, that's good because maybe they have moved out of this energy, moved in this energy, and whoop-de-damn do, okay. The Ace of Swords, I mean, the Ace of Cups, look at that. I think I had that last night. But the Ace of Cups. So, and what did I label the video? I had to see a cup runneth over. Like, if you're using this energy, if you are awakening, if you are grounding yourself, if you are transforming, if you are listening to the messages, the signs, the synchronicities. What did we just say? Come through, spirit. If you are listening to the signs and the synchronicities, like, your cup will run it over. This is similar to the read that I pulled last night. This is beautiful. This is about, once again, out of the blue, the universe is, somebody is making an offer. Somebody has filled their cup and they would like to share that. They would like to share this gift with someone. Okay, I don't know what this is turning into, but all right. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. I am. So I'm just looking at the Ace of Cups and just thinking, um, so this is a minor arcana card. This is a minor arcana card. Um, but to me, the Ace of Cups is like, it's almost like you had to, yeah, what did I say? Like the transformation, right? You had to fill your cup. You had to restore yourself. You had to transform, and you had to do the work. But it's like you've done that. You've done, after you put all of this in and you've done this. And what did I say? I said the 3 butterflies and the 2, um, birds, the messengers. And there are 5 streams, right? There are 4 streams, and then there's this, what the cup is going into. And this is, what did I say? You had to use your power, like, you had to understand your power, your intuition. This is so fucking on point. And what did I say? Like, this is about this emotional transformation that somebody is going through. You are awakening. You are leaning into your power. You have discipline. You have, um, uh, you have shed this stagnant energy. You have listened. Okay, I just feel like I'm gonna be repeat myself. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I think this is awesome as sauce. I think this is awesome sauce. I think that somebody is doing a good work and saying, I don't want to be stuck anymore. I don't want to be blind anymore. Things have been illuminated. I want to use that and deliberate myself to a place where I'm emotionally, mentally stable. I know what is going on around me. I can receive and give. Um, Compassion. These cards both are about personal and collective compassion, right? Like, being like, in order for you to do this work, you have to be good to yourself. You have to go inside. You have to look at yourself. You have to understand. And I'm just looking, I keep being drawn to this black here and the black and the rocks. Like, that's the shadow work for me. But you had to go do this work on yourself and give compassion to yourself and be understanding about some things that were created, on your journey up to this point. Excuse me, but this is, you're able to release it. You're able to accept from the universe something very beautiful and bountiful, because you are willing to release these dark areas and release this period of time where you operated in the blind by choice. Yeah, because I think that maybe the cycle started that you were operating in the blind, but then I think some things were illuminated and you saw them. You didn't want to make a decision and you were stuck. I think that's past energy. That's what I think. That's just what I think. And I think that you may be in a position where you are now ready and willing and able to authentically expose yourself, authentically receive, like, just, yeah, that's just kind of what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. And then, okay, so to clarify the Two of Swords. Oh God, ain't God good? God is good. So to clarify the Two of Swords is the Page of Wands, and it just makes so much sense to me. Um, and it makes sense to me because the Page of Wands is about newness, right? It's about something. Some pages are always about messages. Why do I keep saying messengers? I don't know. Messenger, I don't know. But pages are always about messages, like short, sweet, like some people say immature. Once again, the red is here. Action, 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 action. Once again, the green foliage is here. Futility, fertility. Um, but yeah, yeah. I just think that the Page of Wands is about you are moving out of this energy, and maybe you want to share that with people. You want to share that you have left this stagnant energy. You have a little bit more insight, and I just see the heels back here. Like, it's been an adventure, it's been a journey. Um, and your wand has kind of helped you to kind of like stack it up. But I don't know. You're ready to wholeheartedly like move into what I think is this King of Swords energy. That's just what I'm thinking. There we go. There we go. Yeah. And the King of Swords, to clarify that, um, the Judgment card. The Judgment card. It couldn't be like that's Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel blowing that trumpet. And these are, and I hate to say corpses, right? Like, but they look like corpses, like they're coming up from the grave or like from the depths of something. Those look like they could be coffins, right? But this is the ending of something. What did I just say? It is the ending of some energy and the beginning of some newness, right? And what did I say? Awakening, decision making. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What did I say? Awakening. Like, this is an awakening. Somebody is experiencing an awakening. And I saw, it's so weird. I saw this guy's video on YouTube today, and I just saw the title. I didn't have a chance to look at the video, but it was like, if you're seeing 111, 444, triple and double digits, that you are leaving the matrix, like you're no longer in the matrix. And I can attest to that myself. That's why I said I have to be careful with these cards, because sometimes these very much so resonate with me. But I have been, like I said, I keep a tally of the synchronicities that I see. But I know that this is a universal and collective read, so I'm not going to make it all about me at all. But I do think that there is 1010. What is right there? 1010. There is an awakening happening for many people. I think many people are, like I said, starting to use their spirit of discernment, use their judgment, use their insight, use their intuition, to produce, to make things happen, to connect, to collaborate, whatever it is you're being called. You're being called to rise up, to elevate yourself and those around you. by making the right decisions, by cutting away things that don't serve you, by transforming, by listening to the messages, the signs, and the synchronicities, by embodying to some extent that childlike energy of the page, um, that allows you to be a little bit more free flowing. And I hope you welcome this energy. I do. I hope you do. Oh. Okay. And to clarify, the Ace of Cups is the Chariot. Duality. Look at that. Look at that. Duality, yin yang energy, um, uh, feminine, masculine energy. Once again, the red. What is she doing? She's on her badass motorcycle moving forward. The city and the town is behind her. She is yielding her wand. I love when I pull the chariot, because the chariot means that somebody has awakened and they are ready to move forward and do what needs to be done. And what's that, 7? Yep, yep. Okay, I'm good. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. It's no other way to say this. Like, and this was my wish this Wednesday. This was my wish. It was my wish that we would use our intuition, that we would listen and obey, not just see them, but obey the signs and the synchronicities, the messages that we're receiving that says we're supposed to raise the fuck up and level up to our highest selves. And yes, it is a process. And yes, sometimes you feel like you just don't know and you're questioning yourself and you're not sure. But you have everything you need. You have the fluid energy, you have the enlightenment. You just have to strip yourself of barriers that you think are impeding upon your ability to level the hell up. Ain't nothing stopping you but you. I'm a firm believer in this. I'm gonna claim this read for myself. I do, I do, I do. That's why I'm on here every night with 1 and 2 likes and 1 and 2 views. I give no fucks. Like, I'm not on here for that. I'm on here because Spirit is saying to me, I'm supposed to level up and be and produce and bring to the table every day, all day, my highest self. And ever since I started paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities and listening, like I said, it has caused me some beautiful friendships and people in my life, but there is no doubt about it. If we are not aligning together, then what I say last night, everybody can't come on a journey with you. It wasn't what did I see on YouTube? It wasn't a conference call. It was Spirit's call for me. It was not a conference call. Everybody was not invited. Um, and yeah, that's how it goes. That's the way love goes. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way that it goes. It is nothing like either you on this page or you're not. Either you are going to level up or you're not. Level up, level up, level up, level up. Okay, anyway. All right. I said I wasn't gonna be long, and I'm 33 minutes in, 33 minutes in, but I'm loving it. I'm glad that it panned out. I was gonna shuffle again, but I don't need to. I said everything I need to say, and y'all know how I do it. I'm gonna rest my wand. Other people may not look at these cards and read them this way, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about me, Mighty Mocha. And I feel confident with the fact that the message that I was supposed to deliver came through in the dialogue and in the cards. I just be so thankful sometimes because I don't know what's gonna come up, but I be so thankful that Spirit be resonating with me and we be feeling each other, and I can get on here and connect like this. And sometimes I used to be afraid because I'm like, girl, you ain't no tarot card reader. You say that all the time, but maybe, whatever, whatever. So, in any event, I'm gonna thank you guys for coming out again. That's what I have for tonight for this collective read. And I'm gonna thank you guys again for coming out, hanging out, for your chats, for your presence, for your spirit, for your support, your love. And as always, Oh, I'll be back tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Why wouldn't I? Like, that's one of my favorite nights. But as always, you know how I do it. I wish you guys infinite peace, love, light, and happiness, right? One.